Computer. Greetings, everyone. This is Payman Lorenzo, your host, your friend, your coach. Today, we're kicking off day 4 of the live 5-day profitable podcast launch challenge, class of January 2025, sorry, 2026. And today, it's all about the tech side of profitable podcast and profitable YouTube channel. So let's get going right away. Where's my screen? Not this one. Day 4. This is day 4. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, this is the. Wait, where is it? Which one is it? Oh, this was yesterday, and this is today. Okay. All right. Let me do it. Okay, perfect. This is the one I want to share. All right. Do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. So today we're going to be talking about all tech side of about launching your profitable podcast / YouTube channel, and we're going to take care of all the creating all the assets, art asset, cover art for your podcast and YouTube. So, and before we start, we have a new guest here today. Joy, give us a 30-second introduction about you. We are, what do you do, and why do you want to launch a podcast?
Well, my name is Joy, and I have a reading business where I give readings. So I wanted to launch a spiritual podcast where I share some of my experiences and also where I interview others about their experiences and what it is that they offer, what it is that they've learned. So
Beautiful, love that. Well, everything happens for a reason, right time. And today, when Paul messaged me just a few minutes ago, I said, "Hey, why don't you give it a link?" Today, we're talking precisely about all the tech sites. So there you are. Awesome.
well, I'm grateful to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. So what we're doing here is a 5-day challenge over the course of this entire week. I've been showing not just how to launch a podcast, but how to launch, keyword being a profitable podcast, where you can get your first client in as little as 30 days from launch, even if you're starting with no audience, and it's going to be all built around your zone of genius. So this is what I've covered the entire week. I can send you the replays and the slides from the previous day so you can fully understand the process, because
Okay.
it's a really powerful process once you do it the right way. And when you do that the right way, it can literally take your business to the next level. Me, my podcast completely not only changed and transformed my life, but also in some ways saved my life. I'll send you the links to the replays. You can watch that. You can see that. But yeah, anyways, I'm excited to have you here with us. So let's get going. So before we start, any questions from anything we did yesterday on the crafting irresistible Godfather high ticket offer? Bring him on.
I guess for me, just really quick, and I shared about it in the chat room a little bit there, is just that insecurities that we still get sometimes, And so, I didn't know if you had any remedies for that or, what you tell yourself. I have allowed myself to just feel the feeling today and just, I just allow it to pass instead of either beating myself up or getting upset. I just kept on working and
Yeah.
it passed, So that's how it worked for me today. And I
Yeah.
appreciate everybody's feedback as well. So.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful and powerful question because I get that all the time. Some of my most successful clients still face that. Even people at the highest level, even the top people, even Tony Robbins at one of his talks said, you still get that. Tony Robbins, of all people. So don't fight it. It's natural. The thing to do is you just trust in yourself, speak from the heart, share your story in an authentic way. And again, as I said all the time since this week, your message is not meant to the world, for the world. That's okay. Your message is meant to your world. For example, Hector, your message is meant to your actors. Joy, your message is meant to your joys. Lonnie, to your lonies, and so on and so forth. Meaning, your message is meant for the person that's just a few steps behind you. As I just shared with you guys yesterday, build your offer, build your business, build your podcast, everything you do the way you wished existed when you were at the lowest, when you were just a few steps ago. Build it for that version of you, because that's a person that you know and understand in the most intimate way, because that's you. You know what I mean? So speak always from the heart, be authentic, be vulnerable, be real. And as long as you keep to that, it's okay. Those that will feel that do not relate to that, that's okay. But those that do, it's going to be a godsend for those people, literally. So it's okay to have, fear of success or fear of failure. Just keep going, one step at a time. Your goal each day, Hector, and everyone in here, never compare yourself with someone else. Don't compare your step number 2 to someone's step number 35, because that's not fair. Instead, your only competition, your only comparison is the version of you of yesterday. Your goal is to be 1% better today than yesterday. That's it. 1%. As long as you can keep up to that, you're doing phenomenally well. Because within 100 days, you're going to be a different person. Within a year, unrecognizable.
Mhm.
So keep going. Be real.
Thanks.
Always speak from the heart. That's the most important thing. Speak from the heart. Because when you speak from the heart, that's when you build trust, build rapport. And as we all know, anything high ticket over $1,000 or more, it's all about one thing and one thing only, trust.
Mm.
And how do you build that trust? By building rapport. How do you build that rapport? Speaking from the heart. And the best way to do this, having meaningful conversations on a podcast. All right, that's a beautiful question. Anyone else has a question about anything we done yesterday? About your offer? So as I mentioned, also for you as well, Joy,
Yes.
we've been working on building our offer.
Okay.
When it comes to offer, so first of all, tell me what's your offer?
What is my offer?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my offer, you mean what it is that I want them,
So
what it is I want them to learn about?
yes,
Or,
do you currently
okay.
have an offer of at least $1,000 or more in your business?
No, I sell individual readings or packages.
All right. Now, how can you, and that's something that we've been looking at all this week, and again,
Uh-huh.
have a talk on that with you one-on-one sometime later.
Okay,
How
I would
can you
like that.
how can you turn your one-on-one readings into a more transformational experience where the person will gladly pay you $1,000 or more as opposed to paying you, I don't know, $50, $600 for one reading? Because what we're
Uh-huh.
looking to do here is to build not a transactional business, but a transformational. When it's transformational, the amount of money doesn't become an obstacle. Because for transformation, when it comes to paying the big money, one, two, three, five, 10, $20,000 plus, people will pay those for two reasons. One, for transformation, and one for speed. Help me solve my problem faster. I can do it. And I'll just say, shut up and take my money. And also people
Okay.
pay the big money for accountability, for access to you. So don't make your business about your transaction. It's not about your time. There's always a ceiling how much you can charge. It's not about your knowledge. Knowledge can be obtained pretty much for free nowadays with ChatGPT, Google, and YouTube and all that. Instead, make it transformational.
Okay.
So we can have a chat about that either later today or tomorrow or next week to see
Okay.
how we can take your gifts and turn them into a high ticket offer.
Uh-huh.
All right. And when it comes to that, all of you guys in here, remember the four elements of a transformational offer. Number one, call out the people you're helping. Number two, what pain point? What's a dream outcome? Doing what and how long? And when it comes to the how long, don't use in 6 weeks or in 3 months. Don't use within because you're exposing yourself to liabilities. Instead, always use in as little as. This way, you protect your back. I'm not a lawyer, but this is something I heard at a conference from an actual lawyer. So keep that in mind, guys. All right. Any other questions about your offer from yesterday? Once, twice. All right, let's move on. All right, now let's take a look at launching your podcast in 3 easy steps. So, step one is a foundation, which is what we've been doing so far. What is your podcast going to be about? What's the pain point you're solving and for who? The second step is all about tech and equipment. That's what we're going to be doing today. And the next step, step 3, is a launch. How do you launch it successfully, profitably, winningly? That's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. So step 1, the foundations. Why do you want to start a podcast? Why now? These are questions for you to ask yourself. Seriously, if you really want to launch a profitable podcast, keyword being profitable, you need to ask yourself these questions. Why do you want to start a podcast? Why now? What's the message you're trying to convey through your podcast? Next one is, who are you trying to serve? What pain point are you trying to serve, to address? Who's your avatar? Choosing the right name, the right type and the right name for your podcast. That's something we're going to cover today. The length and format of your podcast. Again, we're going to cover that today. Getting high quality guests on for your podcast. That's something we're going to be doing tomorrow. So the first 3 questions, we've done them already. The last 2, choosing the right and type name for your podcast, we're going to do that today. And getting high quality guests for your podcast, we're going to do that tomorrow. So these are questions for you guys to really have a sit by yourself, open your notebooks, and really think about these, because this is how we build a profitable podcast. We're not just launching a random podcast. We're all here to make money. Raise your hand if you're here to make to launch a profitable podcast, not just a random podcast. Because we want to make money. When I mention money, it's not about getting peanuts, but actually getting high ticket clients paying at least $1, $2, $3, or $5,000 each. That's what I'm talking about. Raise your hand. Put it in chat. 1 if it's yes, 2 if it's hell yes. I love your energy, Lonnie. Yes, yes, yes. That's it. All right. Now, let's take a look at the actual tech. We're going to be looking first at your environment, your equipment, accessories, and then the type and specs, requirements, and all of that together. So, the microphone you see on the right, that's the one that got me started. That's the Samsung 2QU handheld dynamic USB. I bought it in March of 2020, almost 6 years ago. Wow, time just flies. I bought on Amazon for $63 US. Now it's about 100 and some change because of inflation and whatnot. But that one is a beautiful starting microphone for a podcast. And a couple of things I want you to be aware of when you buy a podcast. First of all, raise your hand if you already have a podcast. Sorry, if you have a microphone, that's what. If you have a microphone. Everybody, let me take a look at the rest of the people.
I typically use this. It's so funny, but I can really hear clearly. I set the settings the way I need, but I do need to upgrade to a better, even more quality one.
Absolutely. When you launch an actual profitable podcast YouTube channel for your business, people will put up if you have not the best video, but people absolutely will not put up if you have crappy sound. So invest in the best microphone you can afford. But the good news is you can grab a very good, solid starting microphone in the $100, $130 range on Amazon. So this is the one that got me started. When you're looking to buy a microphone, a couple of things keep in mind. Make sure it's a USB microphone, so you can just plug into your computer, not one that you need like an amplifier and all that. That's an extra few $100s, if not a few $1,000s. And it has a big learning curve for that. So make sure it's a USB microphone. So you just plug it into your computer. For example, let me unplug mine and show you. See this? I just plug into my laptop. That's the first thing, keep in mind. Make sure it's a USB microphone. And number 2, make sure that it comes with a stand, like the one you see here, on mine here. If you have an office, if you have a house and an office where you're going to be working all the time, you can get one of those arms. But again, those will you have to set them up. The best is to just get one with a stand. You just put it on your desk. I'm a nomad. I travel all the time. So this, I undo it, put it in my backpack, and off I go. So again, 2 things. Make sure it's a USB, and make sure it has a stand. And you can get a very solid microphone for less than $150 on Amazon. All right. When it comes to accessories, if you go on Amazon, you'll be flooded with billions of accessories. Don't waste time with that. The only accessory you need, as I said, is one is the stand, and two, the pop screen filter is basically a piece of cloth you put on top of your microphone. There's gonna, for example, if you don't have that, certain sounds like P will sound like and that's what it stops it. A pop screen filter. Make sure the microphone that you get, it's a podcasting set. If and this way it comes directly with a pop screen filter. If you don't have a pop screen filter, the pop screen filter by itself is $5-10 at most. So these are the only two accessories you need. One, the stand, and two, the pop screen filter. This microphone I have, it's an Australian brand, one of the best in the world. It cost me $20. I can play music loud right beside it. You will not hear it. But you don't need that. Just start with a starting microphone like this one. The Samsung Q2 is a very solid bad boy to start with. I bought it for $63 6 years ago. Now it's about $125 on Amazon. So that's all you need. Any questions on microphones? Pretty straightforward, right? All right, let's move on. Now, when it comes to recording your podcast, first and foremost, the first thing to do, it might sound very obvious, make sure you're in a quiet environment. Make sure there's no loud TV, music, distraction, construction. That's something you don't have much control over because right now there's actually construction outside my window. But other than that, make sure it's a quiet environment. The second thing that you need to always do is always test. Make sure that everything is plugged in properly. This is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Even me, after 5 years podcasting and 5.5 years and 420 episodes, from time to time it still happens to me. I forget to plug in my microphone. You will forget to record. For example, you're starting a conversation, you get distracted, you pause, and then when you resume the conversation, you forget to resume recording. That happened to me a few times. So make sure you're always testing. One thing I used to do in the beginning when I was just starting my podcast, I do my interviews on Zoom. I would always ask the other person to record as well as a backup. Because something will happen. It's a matter of when, not if. You will get distracted or you get excited and you forget to record. That actually happened to me a couple of times. After a beautiful hour-and-a-half conversation, I realized, oops, I did not record it. And what saved me was that the other person was recording. So that's a great tip for you guys, especially when you're starting. Again, always test because it's going to happen to you. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So be aware of it. Always test that everything is plugged in properly. Just like when you get in your car, you put in your seatbelt, you make sure the doors are closed. After a while, it becomes second nature. Same thing here. But always test. Is that clear? This is very important, guys. So ensure that everything is properly connected, your microphone. Make sure your computer is connected to an outlet in case it doesn't run out of power. That happened to me once. I wasn't paying attention. My computer died on me in the middle of a call. There are plenty of things that may happen to you. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And just be prepared. Always test. Just like whenever you do something, get on your bike, you start cooking, you test, ensure everything is properly plugged in. Same thing here. Now when it comes to the actual, so what I do in my podcast, because I'm a curious person, I love to know people. My podcasts are 99% interviews. And what I do, I interview my prospect because I'm building a podcast for a business. I don't interview random people. So as to whether you should have a list of questions or just have an organic conversation, what I recommend is have a theme, have a structure. For example, for me, my podcast first is about, for example, let's say I bring you in Hector. The first part of my podcast is going to be who's Hector as a person, as a man, as a human being, getting to know you as a person. then your path, then your business, and so on and so forth. So I have a structure. And I do have a few questions, but what I want to tell you guys, don't make it like an interrogation. It's not an interrogation, it's a conversation. Don't be like the person with 20 questions and 45 seconds per question, because that's awful. You will lose people. Say, yo, what is this? Is this an FBI interrogation? I'm out. You know what I mean? And instead, one of my favorite ways to start a podcast is, for example, let's say I bring you in Joy. I say, Joy, tell me, what's your story? Who's Joy first and foremost as a woman and as a human being? And just let you talk and take conversation wherever natural. Just like imagine you having a cup of tea with a person sitting in front of you. You're not going through a list of questions. You just have a conversation. That's it. That's the thing, guys. Have a heart thought conversation. All right, so pretty straightforward. Let's move on. Now, when it comes to, before I talk about editing, how many of you already recorded any podcasts or interviews before? Put one in the chat if you have, two if you have not.
One.
Okay. Let me look at the chat. Joy, you haven't. Lonnie, you have. Ryan has. Kerry has not. Okay. That's fine. That's okay. So there is a learning curve, but the good news is it's not rocket science. It's not difficult. Now, how many of you has already done any editing? Whether it's audio or video. Put a one in the chat if you have, and two if you have not. Okay, no problem.
Well, when you say editing, because when I did the Zoom, and it was more like a Zoom chat, I love Zoom because Zoom records it all for you. You
Yes.
know, so when you say editing, I pretty much just forwarded the recording to
Yeah.
the people who attended.
Exactly. And
Okay.
I love Zoom too. Because Zoom is not only what most people are, I mean, people are mostly familiar with, and also because Zoom extracts the audio file for you automatically from the video. So at the end of each call, you get two files, audio and video. And as far as editing, me personally, and 5.5 years of podcasting, over 420 episodes, I can count on two hands the number of times I've done editing. I don't do any editing. One, for two reasons. One, because I want to keep my conversation as natural, authentic, organic as possible. And number two, let's be real. I don't create extra work for myself.
Mm.
I'm not lying. I live in paradise. I want to enjoy life. I don't want to be stuck to my laptop doing some tedious work that I don't enjoy. But what I do enjoy is actually talking to people. But the only time I do editing is when, for example, let's say I bring you in, Lonnie, to share your story, and then you ask me after the call, oh, can you please remove this part? I say, absolutely. I will respect your request. Other than that, I don't do any any editing. But if you do have to do editing, it's very easy. What kind of systems are you guys running? Is it Mac or is it Windows? Put one if it's Mac, two if it's Windows in the chat. Okay. CapCut. Okay, nice. All right. So if you have a Mac, you can use either GarageBand or Audacity, both of which are free. And this is mostly for audio. And I will tell you truthfully, I don't use them because again, I don't create extra work for myself. The only time I do editing is I do them because I do video podcast. I do it on my computer. I have a Mac. I do it with iMovie. Are you guys familiar with iMovie?
Mm.
So iMovie is for Mac. For Windows, I don't know. I think it's called Windows Video Maker or something like that. I don't know what software you have on your computer that does help you with editing. So if you're not sure, just look at your computer. Look at the button.
iMovie.
Sorry?
It's iMovie for like Mac.
iMovie, yes. iMovie, yes. So what I recommend is whenever you're doing any editing on an actual podcast video, always make a copy of the file. Never make any editing on the original file. Okay? Always make a copy first and then do the editing on the copy version for obvious reasons. And then what I do, I just open iMovie. I upload, I drag from my folders my video into iMovie, and you just with your mouse, you just click on the section you want to cut. It's very easy. I was not a techie guy, but I had to learn all I needed to know on YouTube. Always remember, YouTube is your best friend. YouTube is the biggest university in the world. And when you watch a video on YouTube, don't just watch passively, because if you were to watch a 10-minute video passively, you will be overwhelmed. And you're gonna lose an hour. Instead, as I mentioned on day one, watch, pause, do, resume. Follow step by step. This way, a 10-minute video will take you maybe 20 minutes. And at the end of those 20 minutes, you will actually accomplish what you're looking for, as opposed to watching it passively and being overwhelmed and none the wiser and wasting an hour. So again, find out what kind of software you have on your computer and just go on YouTube, how to edit videos using iMovies for Mac or whatever system software is for Windows. It's not rocket science, guys. But one thing I want you to remember, always make a copy first. Don't do any editing on the original file. And if you guys keep on doing, regular long format video interviews, I would recommend that you invest and get an external hard drive. So this way you don't fill your computer, because the more stuff you have in your computer, the slower it gets. All right. So I recommend get a external hard drive, especially SSD drive. For about $100, for $50, you can get some really good one for up to 2-3 terabytes. And put all of your files, transfer them onto your external drive. This way you keep your computer light and fast. All right. Now, when it comes to headphones, wait, do I have anything on my headphone? Okay. You don't really need it. The only time you need a headphone is if you're doing in-person interviews, like both of you are sitting in the same room, and when you're doing heavy editing. These are the only times you need a headphone. I personally don't use headphones because I used to use my big, bulky Beats, but they were too uncomfortable, especially for long interviews, about an hour and a half. Then I switched to my AirPods, and then I realized, wait a second, I don't even need those. So now when I do my interviews, I don't use any headphones. The only exception is when I go to one of my students' office in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. He opened an actual podcasting studio, and so we both get those big headphones, and that's a different experience, much more higher quality. But for starting out, just to get your message out, you do not need a headphone. Now, there's a few things that you can do to make your podcast, your YouTube videos more professional, such as having show notes, episode summaries, timestamps, transcriptions, and so on and so forth. Are you guys familiar with those? Okay, let me quickly.
Yes, I heard of show notes, summaries.
Timestamps. Show notes is basically a summary. Hey, welcome to this video. Today I'm talking to Hector. We're going to talk about X, ABC, and so on and so forth. Just a summary of what you're going to be talking about. And at the bottom, you put the person's contact information. Best way to connect with Joy, for example. You just put contact information. That's what I do. Let me actually show you my YouTube channel. I'll show you the last video I released. Okay, where is it? Okay, right here. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, this is my dashboard. The last episode I released was 416 a couple of days ago. So, do you guys already have your YouTube channel?
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes.
show you
Yes.
how to work in a
Uh-huh.
moment. Okay, so
hmm
here you get the title box. You get up to 100 characters, not words, characters. Okay. Then you have a box with description. Here you get up to 5,000 characters. So as you see, I have a template. So greetings and all that. And I'm talking with Dave Sheehan and from England and all that. And then what I do is I ask all my guests to send me a short bio of themselves up to 500 words. So I just paste it here and I end with a little conclusion. And then I put best way to connect with the person, put their contact, and then create timestamps. Timestamps are basically like a table of content on a book. You just browse. Oh, this is what's going to be about, and it gives you like an idea of what it is. And timestamps are very easy to create. Always start with 00 like this. So what I do is intro, and then let's say at minute 3:40, I'm just making this up. We talk about is path, for example, and then at minute 6:23, talk about is earlier's whatever, and so on and so forth. It's very easy. Do you see how to create the timestamps?
Yes.
So
They
timestamps
just
are
following the clock, right? On your YouTube
exactly,
channel.
exactly. It's very important because this way it gives you not only to your audience an opportunity to see what they're gonna learn in this video. For example, let's say you do this video, for example, is an hour, 2 minutes almost. Okay.
Mhm.
If I don't know anything about this, about me, about this guy, probably not gonna listen to an hour talk. But instead, I can just go to timestamps table of content and okay, what is going to be in here? Oh, can you describe an experience where selfless help opened the door to a major opportunity? Now that's interesting. I want to jump into that. I want to click on it. I listen to it, and before you know it, I've consumed half of the conversation. Just like a freebie in a mall, they give you a little taste, a sample, and next thing you know, you buy it. Same thing here. And also timestamps, they rank very high on Google for SEO. So this is why you need to have a timestamps. However, timestamps can be very time consuming, especially mine because mine are very specific. So I used to do them myself when I first started, but now I have a staff. He does it for me. So I highly recommend that you guys do the timestamps. Another thing that I recommend you do for your YouTube videos, if you go at the bottom, you scroll, you click on more. You have a box here for tags. Tags are basically keywords. And you have up to 500 characters. So any keyword that is relevant for you, for the person, for your business, their business, and so on and so forth.
So Lorenzo, is this just a regular YouTube channel, or is this, I see YouTube Studio? Is that different from just a free YouTube channel that we
It's
all?
free. I still have the free one.
Oh wow.
YouTube is
Okay.
free. YouTube is free.
Everything. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Gotcha.
YouTube is free.
All right.
So yeah, 5.5 years on YouTube, still free.
Wow.
So again, don't worry about the rest. So these are things I recommend for you to do to really set your videos on YouTube on the right path. Adding the keywords. Another thing you can do if you want, you can create playlists. Like some guests I've added multiple times. So I create one just for them. See Randy Brown, Deborah Blackman, Susan Ovis, and so on and so forth. So if you have repeats with some people, you just create a playlist for them. You send it to them. And this way they can get access to their episodes easier, and they will be also more likely to really promote that with their list because you're making them look good, you're making them a favor, and so on and so forth. All good so far?
All good.
All right, so let me stop this and go back to our thing here.
Thanks, Ryan.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Do you guys see my screen here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So again, editing, depending on the system you run, YouTube is your best friend. Oh, pastor's coming now. Okay. All right. I mentioned that before. I can count on two hands the number of episodes editing I've done. First of all, because I want to keep my my videos as organic as possible. And two, because I don't want to create extra work for myself. Now, hosting your podcast. And when I say podcast, I mean both audio and video. For video, it's obviously going to be YouTube. And for audio, there's a plethora of options out there. So to go online, search for hosting options for podcast. And basically, the hosting is going to be where your podcast files will be located. That's going to be your podcast home. And the one I use is called Podbean. Podbean has a free version as well. So if your podcasts are short, you can get by with the free version. There is a limit up to 800 megabyte of storage per month. So again, if your podcasts are short, 20 minutes each episode, and do once a week, that could be enough. But if you do long podcasts like me, an hour, and you do it daily, then that's not going to cut it. You need to get the paid version. And the paid version is about $10, $15 a month. So inexpensive. So, and the host is basically where you're going to be uploading your audio files from your computer into your dashboard of your host. And from them, you will spread them across all the platforms. There's iTunes, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, and so on and so forth. All right. Now, submitting your podcast to directories such as iTunes, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn, and so on and so forth. What you need to do initially, especially if you haven't uploaded anything to them yet, is you need to go to each of them and apply. And the best way to do so is first, select the hosting you will be using. And from using dashboard, from your hosting's dashboard, you can literally apply to all of them from there directly. And just fill up the information. It's very straightforward. Most of them will have actual tutorials, videos, and screenshots what to do. It's very straightforward. You just need to apply once. And once you've applied, you will be able to spread your podcast episode audio files from your dashboard of your hosting directly onto those directories. So very straightforward. Okay. Let me check with the chat. Okay.
That's the other thing, isn't it, Lorenzo? Like when you have a group of people, and always checking your chat as well too, so you don't miss no questions there. Or
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Yeah. I want to make sure everybody is. I'm not with everyone.
Yeah.
All right. So pretty straightforward, guys. Again, YouTube is your best friend, and yeah. Now, step 3: launching your podcast the right way, so you can start getting leads on demand and clients organically in as little as 30 days from launch, even if you're starting with no launch. That's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. But I'm going to quickly introduce that to you. Before you launch your podcast, what I recommend is have at least 10, at the bare minimum, 10 episodes recorded. For two main reasons. One, because people that are looking to explore and find new podcasts, they love binge listening, binge watching people. Let's say I watch your first episode, Hector, I like it. I'll go watch 2, 3, 4, 5 in one day. And if I see you only have 1 or 2, that doesn't send the right message. Oh, this person is not really serious or committed. And also, because we're building a podcast for business, once you start reaching out to people you don't know yet, but who happen to be ideal prospects, when you invite them, the first thing they will do is to check you out. Oh, let me check this person's podcast. If they see they have less than 10 episodes, not interested. This person's not committed. But the more episodes you have, the more he's going to send a message. Hey, this person is committed, serious. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're saying record at least 10 episodes before you launch?
Yes, you get it. Yes.
Okay.
And one thing I recommend all my students, both inside the academy and here in the challenges, just interview. You can start right away interviewing each other. And this group, we are 10 people, 12 people. If you were to interview each other within a week, you can bang those 10 episodes right away. Or something even better, if you only have a business, interview your current clients or past clients. These are the easiest, lowest hanging fruits. Also, because by interviewing them, during that episode, you can ask him 2-3 questions to get a testimonial from them. A video testimonial. Video testimonial is absolutely game changer. I will cover that tomorrow. But let me tell you that, quickly share a story about my coach. He's a very successful sales ninja, former pastor in Toronto, Canada. And he helps his clients 10x their sales without being salesy or sleazy. So he first hosted a challenge in September of 2021. First class, he was charging only $500 per student. He got a bunch of people, he helped them, they had success. And then after that, the next 30 days, he did something that completely changed his family's destiny. He spent the next 30 days focusing on one thing and one thing only, getting as many short testimonials, 60 to 90 seconds. And those testimonials allow them from one class to the next to go from charging $500 to $10,000. That's a 20x. How would you like to give yourself a 20x increase?
Right.
Not like in corporate, you have to beg for 1% or 50 cents and whatnot. Screw that. So that's what I'm saying. Rule of thumb, every 10 to 15, 20 glowing short video testimonials, give yourself a $500 to $1,000 raise. Seriously. My website, the one that you guys signed up to for this challenge, I had a picture and about what I do, and then nothing but testimonials. Do you remember that? And at the bottom, just one question. Are you ready to be next? Book a call or sign up for the challenge, for the free challenge. So testimonials are going to be your best friend, guys. 60 to 90 seconds. 3 questions. Lonnie, for example, let's let me do it with you. I'm gonna ask the person, tell me about yourself. What's your business? What was your pain point? What was stopping you from launching your podcast? And then after that, now that you went through that, how has that helped you? And now that you have this knowledge, how is this going to help you moving forward? And if anyone is in the same position that you were before, would you recommend them having a chat with me? Those 3-4 questions. This will be, I will actually share with you guys the actual script if you guys want today or tomorrow inside the WhatsApp group. But again, testimonials are going to be your best friend. 60 to 90 seconds, 3 or 4 questions, not 3 hours.
Yeah.
All right. So again, get at least 10 episodes recorded before you go live, before you publicly publish your episode. Right here, you have 10 people. Don't be shy. Reach out to each other, interview each other. And I'd be honored to be on your podcast as well and have you guys on mine as well. So don't be shy. And
collaborate.
Yes. Listen, I don't believe in competition. I believe in collaboration. You know, in math, 1 + 1 is 2, but in real world, 1 + 1 is 11.
Yeah. That's where you caught my attention, Lorenzo, was seeing you on Reese podcast, you know? So
yeah. It's 3 people coming together with same vision. It's not 3, 111. 4 people is 1,111, and so on and so forth. You know, it exponentially explodes. So again, get on with each other, help each other. And also, other ways to launch a podcast successfully, do a social media campaign. Post about that, reels, posters, whatever. You guys all know how to do that. If not, YouTube is your best friend,
Yeah.
and go on other podcasts. That's something that's going to be a tremendous game changer. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. That alone is what can really take your business to the absolute next level, going on a podcast, on other targeted podcasts as a guest. That's going to
Can
be
we start doing that now in WhatsApp? Can we start getting each other's emails and
Oh,
connecting with
absolutely.
each other's?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Don't be shy.
All right. I just didn't know if you were going to introduce that or if that was going to be an option or what, you know.
Listen,
I
we're
just know
friends here.
tomorrow.
We're
I
friends.
just know tomorrow I'm just waiting for your big ticket offer. That's what
Listen,
I'm
you don't need a legal introduction or no. We're just friends here. Just approach each other. As long as you're
Awesome.
not just pitching each other because nobody wants that. Just get to know
Right.
each other sincerely, have a conversation. I'm sure there
Love
would
that.
be, quite a few people. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some amazing, opportunities for you guys to collaborate. By collaboration, even maybe getting on each other's podcast, creating something together, co-creating magic together.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Breakfast Club, but it's about these teenagers that get together. They all got to do the detention in high school and they all hate each other because they're all from different, cultures and stuff like that. But by the end of the movie, they are so close now that they don't even want to leave detention, because they've created this bond. And that's what I would love to, get from any type of group that I get involved in.
Exactly. So get in with each other.
Cool.
Joy, send me your WhatsApp and I'll add you in the WhatsApp group as well.
Okay.
On WhatsApp.
How do I do that?
Oh, okay. Let me send it to you. Okay, all right. Do you have your phone with you? I'll just give you my phone.
Yeah,
number.
I'm on my phone.
Okay, all right. Jot it down, write it down. So my number is a Canada number +1.
Oh, is it in the chat?
No, I'm just telling you right now. Just write it down.
Okay.
So 1
Yeah.
289 987 9166.
1-289-987-9166.
You're a smart cookie. You get it. Yes.
Okay.
So
I'll
send me a
send you.
message on WhatsApp, and
Okay.
That's how we're gonna connect. And at the end of the
Great.
call, I'll share also my link on Facebook to connect on Facebook.
Okay. Thank
Awesome.
you.
You're welcome. Another thing you guys can do is obviously contact your friends, family, neighbors about your podcast. I've even seen some people putting stickers on their laptop, on their cars, making t-shirts, hats. I mean, people go crazy. Just get creative. Crazy in the right way, not in a bad way, in the right way. In a
Right.
creative way. So do whatever you can to promote the launch of upcoming podcast. Now, also, it would be helpful to have a website, at least one for your brand, and then you can add a tab for podcast. But if you don't, that's okay. I have to confess, I still have a website myself, so you don't need it. But it's going to be helpful. However, one thing that is going to be very important is so you have a way to collect emails. Emails are going to be your biggest asset in any business. Because let's say YouTube shuts you down, Facebook shuts you down, you're out in the cold. But as long as you have the email addresses of your clients or prospect, you're good. See? So start collecting emails as soon as you can to build an email list and nurture it. Of course, you can do some cross promotion, joint ventures with other audiences. For example, with each other, I'm sure each of you guys have your own audiences, no matter how small they may be. It's okay because again, it's not about the numbers, but about the actual trust. Because we're not selling, $10 mugs. We're selling $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 transformational packages, and for that, it's all about trust. Okay. Here's another one that's absolutely a game changer if you do it the right way, and that is press releases. You're nodding, Lonnie. I hear you. Yes. Press releases can literally put you, your business, your podcast on the map. That's something I go
Yeah.
tell inside the academy, but I can tell you guys just a little bit. Start with the local outlets around you. Don't go with the big national, international, networks. Go with the ones just around you and your neighborhood and your city, because those people are starving for quality, inspiring content from local people. You're launching a podcast, launching a book, launching a retreat, doing a talk, whatever you're doing. Hell, even dyeing your hair. I might do that myself. Create a press release about that. Hey, seriously, it's noteworthy because somebody in this neighborhood is doing something noteworthy, inspiring. You do that,
Yeah.
once you get showcased on any platform, I'm sure you guys seen those. I've seen on whatever show, whatever TV, whatever magazine. Plaster that on your website. It's social proof. It's credibility.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah.
you can create a press release yourself with Chatty. It was Chatty, right?
Yes. Our friend.
Yes, our friend Chatty. And of course, don't use it verbatim. Add it yourself to add some humor, make it more humane, and then use that as a base. And of course, there's options for press release agencies that charge an arm and a leg, but you don't need that. You can just create your first press release yourself. Create it yourself, send it to local journalists in your area. All you need is just one to
Yeah.
put it up. And then you put that on your website. Once you have that, you go to the next. So next, you snowball that. Within a year, you'll be everywhere. You'll become, as I like to say, undeniable.
It works. I used it during COVID when my business went from being in a dance studio to online. I found press release on Fiverr.
Yes.
So the person that did mine was like $25. And next thing you know, I was getting all these parents reaching out like, hey, I see you offer these dance classes remotely. And I was just getting clients. But it was the press release that did it.
Yeah.
And it distributes. So they wrote it for me and distributed it
Yeah.
to over like 250 outlets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. So again,
Fiverr is great.
press releases are one of the best kept secrets. Next, going on a podcast tour. That's something I'm going to cover tomorrow. I'm very excited about that because that's something going to be part of my academy coming in from this month moving forward. That's the best thing to take your business, literally, not just to the next level, but to the absolute next level. Make it go from being invisible to visible, make you being from going one of the many to being the chosen, the obvious option, and literally to become undeniable. That's what a targeted, laser focused, bespoke podcast tool can do for you. And that's what I'm going to talk about that more tomorrow. So now let's talk about the format. First of all, any questions so far?
No.
You guys excited?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. All right. Now let's talk about the format of your podcast. So the most common ones, first of all, is a solo where only you talk and you're just providing value, sharing your experience, providing updates, teaching, sharing, whatever. That's a very common, popular one. The next one is if you have a co-host, 2 or more people. You talk, you joke together, you're on a show together. That's a fun way to start a podcast. Another way could be a round table, multiple people, 4 people or more, talking about the topic at hand. The next one, that's my favorite, and that is interviews, where you interview a guest, a specific targeted strategic guest, like what I do. And what I recommend you guys to do is to interview your prospects. That's the fastest way to get high-ticket clients, by building that trust rapport. Does it make sense?
Yes.
And then the other one is, especially if you're an author, do a narrative. You tell a story in each episode. Let's say you're launching a children's book. Actually, I listened to a podcast a few months ago of a lady. She launched a children book series. She had the genius idea of each episode just reading one chapter, and that helped to blow up her business.
Hmm.
Yeah, by just reading the stories to her parents, and the parents would make the kids listen to it before sleeping. And then
Ah,
parents reach out to her to actually buy the book and even buy audio version. So if you are an author and you want to get some publicity to your book, that's a very beautiful way to promote it. You just read a chapter. So now let me ask you guys a question. Of all these different formats for your podcast, which one is the one that makes the most sense for you? Lonnie.
Um, Interviews. I think interviews are the number one key because just like what you're doing, I've been on so many people's podcasts where they interview me and I look at their channel just blow up because it's relatable. And sometimes with the solo, it can be hard to just keep it going. You gotta have a lot of value to offer to keep that going solo.
Or if you have a massive audience that knows you're a celebrity, then they want to know what's going on in your life, who you're dating, what you're doing, and and all that
Mhm.
nonsense. But yeah, absolutely. What about you, Joy?
I think for me, I would like to do solo so that I could talk about it's kind of like narrative, I guess, where I
Yeah.
talk about stories that I've, what I've experienced and also interviews.
You mentioned that you do readings, and by readings, I mean you mean tarot readings?
I do like channeled readings, like
Okay.
Akashic record readings, and I'm a medium, and so I offer a wide variety of readings,
Hmm.
shamanic readings. So I read energy.
Yeah, beautiful. Have you heard of Debbie Solaris?
Yes,
I love
yes,
her. I'm addicted to
I love
her.
her too.
She
Yep.
does she does your cosmic soul
Yes.
readings. I actually tried to book a reading with her, but I was
Oh,
told
okay.
that I would have to wait almost a year.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, and I am one of her. I'm on the list of one of her readers. So
Wow.
I give, how she has her directive. I'm
Mhm.
one of the people on her directive.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Do you guys do channeling, Eric?
Do I do channeling, Eric?
Yeah. Have you been on the show or anything like that? Or are you familiar with that?
I don't think I'm familiar with that. No.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a matter of fact, it's a psychiatrist whose son passed away,
Oh,
suicide, and now it connects with him directly.
Okay.
I
Oh, yeah.
wonder if I met him because I do a lot of shows like psychic fairs and those types of
Mhm.
things. And I had a man approach me that told me a story. I think it was maybe a different story of somebody who passed close to him and he started a podcast,
Right. And
but
that's
I
what
don't know if that's him.
she
Yeah.
interviews. She interviews other psychics that connect with Eric and stuff like that. It's always been interesting. And I have some
Oh,
nurses involved in it. Sorry about that. Sorry, go ahead, Lorenzo.
Yeah. No worries,
oh,
no
I
worries, no worries.
appreciate that. Thank
No
you.
worries. Very welcome. So again, thank you for sharing that. Um, Pastor, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm apologizing because of the technical
No worries.
inter.
No
Yeah.
worries. So if you look at this screen, what format is the one that makes the most sense for your podcast?
Okay, interviewing is better to me.
Yes. Why?
Oh, okay. I'll be seeing one while talking to, and I get more from the interviewer.
Awesome. Thank you. Angel, what about you, my friend?
Sorry for my voice, everyone.
No worries.
I have a bit of flu. Well, like I explained to a message to you, I'm not exactly 100% sure of my way forward, but just getting my sort of thoughts around it, I would imagine interviews but the interviews are not necessarily the prospects. I don't know. It would be people who have information
Mm-hmm.
for prospects. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Just off the top of my head, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
No worries. Ryan, what about you?
Yeah, mine would be an interview format simply because there's a lot of people in the AI industry that have a ton of information that I haven't
Awesome.
figured out yet.
Okay, thank you. Regis, what about you, my friend?
I'm thinking about interviews and roundtable.
Oh,
Both.
roundtable. Interesting.
Yeah, like since it's a bit technical, I think it could be interesting to have a roundtable with people from technical side, but also with people from let's say philosophy side.
Yeah.
Since it's AI and stuff like
Awesome.
that, could be interesting.
Awesome. 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 Here's something I can tell you from some of my most successful students. You can do a mix of all of that. It's your show. You call the shots. For example, let's say you go all in, you do one episode a day, Monday to Friday, so 5 a week. You can do 3 interviews a week, 1 solo, where you share whatever you learn, experiences, updates, and so on and so forth. Another one, you can bring in an expert about your topic to provide further value. And maybe once a month, you can invite a few experts and host a roundtable. See what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's literally your call. You decide. And yes, a call to action, absolutely.
I love the variety. I love knowing that we have a variety now. That it
Oh,
doesn't always
absolutely.
it doesn't always have to be the same format.
Yeah, let me just close the window. Construction started right here. Yes. Absolutely, it's your call. Thank you, Carrie. Make sure to watch the rest of it. Okay, and yeah, all right, let's move on. Now, naming your podcast the right way. Again, there's no guesswork here. Everything is a very strategic decision. There's a few different options to naming your podcast. The first one is a catchy name. For example, the Sharkpreneur Podcast, Global from Asia, and so on and so forth. Then the keyword based, where your title as the keyword of what you do. The Parenting Junkie Show, the Chiropractic Philanthropist, the Male Nurse, the Happy Attorney, and so on and so forth. And then you have your name, the Joe Rogan Experience, the Tim Ferriss Show, Sister Loney's Experience, or Fire Chat with Sister Loney, for example, and so on and so forth. Then you have your brand name, for example, just like my podcast, Leaders with a Heart, The Passionate Few. And then if you're lucky to have been able to get the one keyword domain, you're sitting on a gold mine. Like, for example, Capitalism, a very successful podcast on e-commerce, Unchained, and so on and so forth. So again, there's different ways to name your podcast. And when I say podcast, I mean both podcast and YouTube. So for you guys, which type of naming makes the most sense for you and your business?
I think for right now, for me, it's going to be my website, which is HDV Speaks.
Okay. That's pretty vague.
Mm.
Because you want your podcast title to convey, to let the person know what is it about and who's it for and why they should listen to it. Unless you have a massive audience who already know you and you have a powerful branding that people recognize you.
I don't have that yet.
Yeah, so that's something we need to work on. So
Okay.
But the good news is it's not hard. It all goes down to what I've been sharing since the beginning. Zone of genius, what pain point you're solving for who. Those 3 things. Zone of genius, what pain point you're solving for who. And your title should have components of that. So when someone that never heard about you, when they see your title, You'll say, oh, wow, that's interesting. I'm intrigued, as opposed to, what the hell is this?
Right.
Because you don't want to be one of many and that's the best way for you to get ignored and unseen and visible. How do you stand out?
Hmm.
You know,
Mm.
your title has to speak
Ah.
to the person. Make sense?
Yes.
Awesome.
It does.
Who else wants to share their answer?
So the name of my 6-week coaching program is called The Rise of a Daughter.
Ooh.
Because it's, faith-based women who have been tired and exhausted from being a strong one, and God is calling them to rise. So that's how I came up with the name. But I'm wondering, I'll play around with some other names later on, just to kind of put in a group to see which one really stands out.
Okay. Share whatever name you have inside the WhatsApp group, and we're gonna pitch in, okay?
Awesome.
What about, let me see, who's here? What about you, Regis?
I don't know.
What comes to mind?
To be honest, I don't know. I have nothing. I need to think more about it.
And also, if I understand correctly, if I remember correctly, you're going to be targeting mostly the French-speaking community in the world, right? Not just the world.
I think I will at least start by it.
Start with what?
I think I will definitely start by French.
Yeah.
French loves community.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, cool.
So the title will have to be in French also. So.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Pastor?
I think I will contact you because I'm still stagnant.
Okay.
Because on my side, I don't have a website.
Okay.
And that's why I entered in this academy or workshop, so that I can know more about it, so that I start on my journey.
Yeah. Listen, Pastor,
Yeah.
I'd be happy to have a talk with you, but let me tell you something. Let me confess something. You don't need a website. I still don't have a website myself. And that doesn't stop me from building a very successful podcast and profitable podcast. So don't let that stop you. I've been using Facebook as my platform and YouTube. So you don't need a website yet. If you do have one, it's beautiful, but it's not a deal breaker. Don't let that stop you. And that applies to all of you guys, okay?
Okay.
Awesome.
Good.
What about you, Joy?
Well, the name that I picked out so far is called The Call of the Goddess.
Oh, I love that.
And it's about, so I have it on my website. I mean, I'm willing to change it if I need to adjust it all, but it's about how I felt called by like the divine feminine and stories I have to share about that.
Awesome.
How it changed my life and all of that. So
okay,
that's the name I have so far. So
Call of the Goddess. That's what I recommend for your podcast title is to have a title and a subtitle. A subtitle may be a little bit longer that describe what is it. For example, for you, it could be The Call of the Goddess as a title, and then a short sentence as a subtitle just underneath it.
Okay.
So, and that's going to be the homework for all of you guys to share in the WhatsApp group for today before tomorrow. Okay. Have I missed anyone? Angel, do you have any name in mind?
No, because sorry, I still have to figure out what I'm doing going forward.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. Anyone else?
Lorenzo, when are you going to talk more about the academy?
Tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow. Gotcha.
Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
All right.
And you're gonna be blown away because I'm putting together you guys something that's gonna blow your mind. That's all I'm gonna say.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
I'm excited. Now, let's get creative. This is the cover art for my audio podcast. I need a facelift. I need to do a new one. I did it like 5 years ago. Are you guys familiar with Canva?
Hmm.
Canva is your best friend, seriously.
It seems complicated to me, bro. I'm sorry.
Let me show you, bro. It's easy, bro. Let me show you. One second. Let me just log into Canva. Normally, usually people keep this call as an hour, but for me, because I really love you guys, I want you guys to win. I'm gonna go all in and show you guys. Spend as much time with you guys as possible, so you get the most for your time. All right, let's get here. And also because I sincerely enjoy what I'm doing. This is key. When you really love what you're doing, you keep doing it. So here's Canva. So, okay. So this is the template I've built for my podcast episodes. Once you built one, all you do is just you change the name, episode, title, subtitle. See? Very easy. And to create that, so when you go on Canva, let's go at homepage. Where is it? Canva. Canva.com. All right, let's say podcast cover art. And you get to billion,
options.
option. Choose one. Let's choose. Let's choose this one, for example. Which one do you want me to use? Just pick one.
A podcast with the mic on it.
This one? All right.
Yeah.
So, and then you get more of similar suggestions.
Wow.
Let's keep this one. You customize this template.
I feel like I'm in the grocery store and they give me all these varieties of.
That's it. You are grocery store of life. Life is a buffet. That's what my TED Talk was about. Life is a buffet. Not just enjoy the dishes, but experiences are fun. So you can choose, you can change everything. Let's say we're going to change the background. What color do you like, Joy?
Oh, pink. Yeah.
Is this pink or is this purple?
That's purple.
I think it's kind of pink.
Yeah. This
That's
one.
true. Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Let's do something that's going to be visible. Okay, let me just for simplicity's sake, let's keep it as is.
Okay.
You want to put
It does have pink on it.
okay. Yeah. Let me get something where I can actually put a picture on it. Let's say this one. Easy peasy. I love this one. Let's customize this one. What's the name of your podcast, Joy, again?
The Call of the Goddess.
Call of the Goddess. Did I spell it correctly? Yeah, Goddess. 2D.
Yeah.
Okay, and Call of the Goddess. Wait. What's your name again, Joy? I'm joking. I know your name.
Joy.
Joy.
J-O-Y. And then Cabodi. C-A-B-O-D-I.
All right. There you go. And then here you just upload your picture, you change the colors, the titles. Maybe put this a little bit further down. Yeah. Very easy. You can just upload pictures from your computer and you just upload them. Seriously, have fun. Canva is all about having fun, getting creative. Once you create that, look, I've created my template 5 years ago, and I'm still using it to this day. See? Once you create a template, then it takes you literally 4 minutes to do everything because I have to think about the title, think about the subtitle, and so on and so forth. See?
Awesome.
So very easy, guys. Very easy. This is for your cover art, for YouTube, for podcasts, also for your banners, for your Facebook banner, for your LinkedIn, YouTube. You can do all of them. You just go here, say YouTube, banner, whatever. So this is the one. I created another channel recently. I haven't done much with it. It's called Get Clients Podcasting. I need to add more. You ready to dance, Lonnie? What's up?
Yes, or I was gonna say, or if you want, if it's still a little difficult, you can also have somebody maybe on Fiverr or Upwork just to do a starter.
Yes.
And then you can follow the template, like they can do your branding colors. Like I have a team that's in the Philippines, they do all my stuff, but when I don't need them to do anything, it's already in Canva. So I can just go and change everything. They've already did the design for me. So you can get somebody to do a one-time thing for you, and it's easy to like go through it after that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of
I use
options.
ChatGPT as well too. That's,
Yes. And
that's
also,
an easy.
what's the one that does videos, pictures only graphics? What is it called again? AI?
Oh yes.
Um,
I got
Ryan, Regis, you guys are the AI experts. What's the
that.
AI platform to do
To be honest,
Mid-Journey. There you go.
uh, to be honest, you should probably use a Nano Banana.
Nano
That's
Banana, even better. Each day there's a new one popping up.
yeah.
Or in
And
video.
like and for example, for your podcast, what you can also do is like
Yeah.
getting the transcription from YouTube, put it on ChatGPT or whatever to get a resume and pinpoint, and
Yeah.
then ask Nano Banana to do a mind map about that, and then you can send it as a new newsletter or something like that.
Thank you. Very
Yes.
helpful.
Awesome.
So yeah. Guys, Canva is your best friend. Seriously. I'm far from being, as we say, I have two left hands. I have actually three left hands. But look, if I was able to put this together, look, this one, for example, for my new YouTube channel, Get Clients Podcast. I did a bunch of them. And yeah, so very easy. Anyways, let me stop sharing this. Play with Canva. Canva is your
Thank
best
you,
friend.
bro. Thank you, bro.
You're welcome, bro. Make it happen, bro. We're all cheering for you, bro. Is it bro or bra? Bra?
Either way.
If you were in the UK, we'll say bruv. Hey, bruv. All right. Let's get going. Okay. That's a one. We're almost done. Okay. All right. So create your channel and all that. Now, put a one if you already have a YouTube channel. Put a two if you don't have one yet in the chat. Okay. Perfect. So perfect. So if you don't have one, it's very easy. First thing I would recommend is create a brand spanking new Gmail account. And you use that email address only and only for your YouTube channel, nothing else. I had a scare 2 years ago because I had created a separate Gmail account for my YouTube channel because I never used that, because it's been dormant for over a year. Guess what Google did and YouTube? Deactivated. So I couldn't get access to my YouTube channel that I've been building for 4 years. I started freaking out. And I was lucky to have a friend of mine who works in Malaysia. He works for YouTube compliance. He was able to help me navigate the back offices of YouTube and Google to find a way to reset my password, because what they were asking me was for them to send me a text message to an old phone number that I didn't have anymore. And the only other alternative was for them to send me to an email address that doesn't exist anymore. So I was in a bind, and I had to wait. After all of that, I was able to get it back, but I had to wait 30 days before I get Google to send me a temporary password. So 30 days. Google and YouTube are making $1 billion profit a day, but they don't have a customer service.
Yeah.
See? So again, use a separate Gmail account and make sure you use it at least once or twice a month. Just send an email to yourself so you show activity to Google. Otherwise, they will shut it down. So create a new Gmail account, and with that Gmail account, go on YouTube and just create a new account. Just follow the steps, put your information, and that's it. So very easy. And if you do, if you do have a YouTube channel already, then follow what I've been teaching you this week, guys, to really start turning it from another YouTube channel to a profitable one. Remember?
Right. And if we have old miscellaneous videos on there, Should we delete those?
Great question. As long as they are related to what you're going to be doing now, keep them. If not, no.
Okay.
So your channel, when did you start it?
About 3 years ago.
How many videos do you have?
About 20.
How many subscribers?
About 10, if that.
Okay, in that case,
I never launched it. I just, I just did it for myself, and I just started putting. I loved it because I could put big videos on there, and I didn't have to,
Okay.
go through
And
Dropbox.
what are those videos about?
Just me flying my drones or filming my RC cars, just random things. Showing my,
Are these related in any way, shape, or form with the business you want to build?
No, not at all.
All right. So in that case, really up to you whether you want to keep that channel. If the name is good, keep it. If not,
I think it's only it's HDVINFL, something like that.
no.
Hector Via Florida.
Use that as an opportunity for a fresh new start.
Okay. So you're saying I could create a new one with the same free account? Okay.
Listen, you can have unlimited YouTube channels because each one has to be with a different Gmail address.
Okay.
So create a Gmail address. Also log in at least once a month at Gmail address. Just send an email to yourself from that to your main one. So you show activity to Google. Otherwise, after a year of being dormant, they will delete it. And that's the last thing you want. I almost had a heart attack myself 2 years ago. So anyways, moving on. I invite you guys to book a call with me for this week and next week to really brainstorm on how we can implement all of that into your business to have a profitable podcast YouTube channel for you and your business. So I'll share with you guys my calendar link inside the WhatsApp group. So Joy, please connect with me on WhatsApp and I'll send it. Here's my calendar.
Right.
Here's my calendar.
I'm booked.
I know you're booked.
I'm booked for the 28th or something.
Yeah. And because I'm in Asia, I'm 12 hours ahead of you guys. Yes, you can call me a space cowboy, a space time traveler. Yes, bruv. So please book anytime after 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 o'clock in the morning for me. So for you, after 5 p.m. For you, Joy, in California. So yeah, and we'll have a chat. So
awesome.
Great.
We're done for today. Sneak peek into tomorrow. Tomorrow is we're going to be putting everything together, showing you how to actually getting clients and making money with your profitable podcast / YouTube channel in as little as 30 to 60 days from launch, even if you have no audience. So tomorrow we're going to be starting first with looking at where does your ideal listeners, prospect, and clients hang out the most. And they all stream down from what we've been covering so far. Number one, zone of genius. What pain point you're solving for who? And where is that person hanging out the most? And simply putting yourself in front of them. Then I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to map your first 10, 20, 100, 1 billion episodes and beyond. And then putting it all together to get leads on demand and clients organically to your podcast. And then I'm going to be talking also about something incredibly exciting that I'm working on and putting it together for you guys. And that is taking your business to absolute next level and becoming undeniable with a bespoke, targeted, laser-focused podcast tour. That's what I'm going to be talking to you guys tomorrow. And any questions about what I heard, what I covered today? About the tech and all that?
No, go ahead, Joy.
Oh, I was just wondering, when I send you a WhatsApp message, can you send me the calendar link again?
Yes. If
All
you
right,
send me a
thank
message
you.
right now, I'll confirm it with you right meow.
Okay.
Did anyone catch when I said right meow?
Right, meow.
I'm just joking.
I thought it.
I'm just joking. You know you did, bro. You're good,
Yeah.
bro.
You know, bro.
I know it, bro. All right. Any other questions? Lonnie, questions, comments, compliments about my beautiful, shiny, sexy hair?
Yes, it looks amazing.
Thank you.
But thank you. So now I'm because my YouTube, I have like 2,000 and something subscribers there. But
More
I
than
feel like
me.
sometimes I know it's up there, but I feel like my messaging has been talking about many things. So I'm wondering, like Hector was saying, just kind of going deleting things that is not pertaining to
You today.
me today, because who I was then is not today. So
My question to you, Lonnie, is how responsive are those 2,000 people to you?
Oh, people engage. Yeah,
Okay.
they're very engaged on my shorts right now are doing the most, like is
Yeah.
performing the most right now.
So, and the business that you're building now, the Profitable Podcast, is it relevant with the content you currently have on your website, on your
Uh,
channel?
Slightly.
Okay. So it's
I probably will have to send it to you just so you can kind of see,
yes.
but
Please
I
share,
feel
please,
like yeah.
guys. If you have a YouTube channel, share it on the WhatsApp group, so we can all
That'd
give
be
each
great.
other some love and just subscribe to each other's channels. And please do that
That'd be great.
as well.
How long have you had it, Lonnie?
Maybe a little over a year.
Wow, that's awesome, man. 2,000 a year.
Hey, that's more than me, my friend.
And then I post a lot, like TikTok. I post a lot, at least 3 to 4 times a day, and I go live. Again, the more you're present, they'll find you. But it's now sticking to my messaging now, making sure I don't like deter into other, because I'm great at a lot of things. And what happens is if you don't narrow it down, you're just good at a lot of things.
Yeah,
It's not profitable.
What do you say, Lorenzo? You're a master at what?
Jack of
What's
all
that?
trades, master of none.
Yes. Yeah.
And one thing I will tell you is yes, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever other platform that yes, that's very exciting, enticing, and all that. But remember what I said. You want to identify the one platform where your audience hangs out the most, and you want to become not just present, but omnipresent. You own that space.
Yeah.
What that means is you don't try to always doing backflip videos on TikTok, YouTube, and all that. Just identify the one where your ideal audiences is hanging out the most, and you focus, you go all in with that platform.
Yeah.
Remember, remember what I shared with you guys from one of the founders of Lead Pages, a multi-billion-dollar company, when he was asked what was the main reason for their business blowing up, and he said, the rule of the 6 ones. I want you guys to really print, memorize, and tattoo that in your mind. One business, one offer, one avatar, one platform, one traffic source, 1 year. I'll put it in the WhatsApp group again. One business,
Yeah.
one offer, one avatar, one platform, one traffic source, 1 year. This is not me saying it. This is one of the founders of a multi-billion-dollar company, Lead Pages. So again, imagine even if you're the best chef in the world, if you're trying to cook 20 dishes at the same time, one of them or a few of them are going to burn. Absolutely. But instead, focus on cooking that one dish to perfection and then the rest. So use the rule of the 6 ones until your business at a high 6, if not high 7 figure. And then you can start an entire department. Let's say your platform of excellence is going to be, say, YouTube or LinkedIn. And then after a year or so, when your business is very successful, then start a department that does, say, Instagram. And they run all that for that. But initially, just focus on that one.
So when you say one platform, does that mean that I can use, say I do, clean up my YouTube and I do YouTube, do I not use it on Facebook? Do I not use it on LinkedIn? Do I not, how do I use that one platform? Just on YouTube? Am I sending everybody to YouTube?
YouTube is going to be the big one because that's where your content is you're going to share your content there. You're going to, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And unlike Google, people go on YouTube not just to consume information, entertainment, yes, but when you go on YouTube to search for a specific answer to a specific question, it's because you're in the process of buying decision. You want to buy something, invest into something. And then you go through a few videos, the one that is the most relatable, that's the one that you're going to choose. So again, for me, I choose I am on 2 platforms, so to speak. One, Facebook, because Facebook groups are gold mine, and YouTube, because that's my platform where I'm going to be putting my content. I don't do LinkedIn, I don't do Instagram, even though I was invited many times by people recommended to do it. But I said, you know what? Is that the best use of my time? For me at this time, it's not. So it's up to you to identify what's your zone of genius, That's going to tell you what's one pain point you're solving for who. And then based on those three criteria, it's very obvious and logical for you to know where is that person hanging out the most. And you simply put yourself in front of those people on that platform and become omnipresent on that platform. And for each of you, it's going to be different because you have different zones of genius, different businesses, different people you can help. So that's a question you guys need to answer for yourselves. But the gist is the same. Again, one pain point, one person.
Right. But I love what we all have in common here is having our podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
So, that's what's going to really tie us in and talk, to interview each other and get to know each other. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay,
Any other questions?
One more thing. Do you think because right now the name of my YouTube is my name, Miss Lonnie Grant. Yeah. Do you think I should do a different one and call it The Rise of a Daughter, or just leave it as my name?
It's really up to you. What do you want to build a brand around your name? One thing that I attended a conference in October of 2024 from a company that specializes in helping entrepreneurs sell their brands. It's called Flippers. And I thought this was mostly for e-commerce and physical products. And then I asked a question in Q&A, what about coaching programs? Can I sell my coaching program? And they said, yes, absolutely. But you need one thing to keep in mind. If your business is built around your name, it's going to be harder to sell it as opposed to a brand because people cannot buy you. So Lonnie, to answer your question, rather, from the first day when you're launching your business, build it for success, build it for a massive exit strategy. Whether you want to sell or not, build it so when the opportunity comes, let's say after 2-3 years of progressively increasing revenue, they told me if you have even 1 year of increasing revenue, they will give you, there's investors that will pay you 2 to 4 times the annual revenue to buy your brand. Let's you make $120,000 on your business, on your podcast. After a year or so, you can potentially sell it for up to $500,000. So always have an exit strategy in mind, whether you want to sell it or not. And to sell it, if it's under your name, it's going to be a lot more difficult to sell it. Because people, for me, for example, when people invest in my academy, they're investing in me. On Shark Tanks, they all say when they invest in businesses, it's 5-10% the business and 90% the actual person. Because I want to know whether you can make it work. So if you want to sell, it's going to be a lot easier for you to build a branding around it that is outside of your name. Does that make sense? So to answer your question, yes, Lonnie, it really depends on what you want to achieve. Do you want to be known as, do you want your business to be all about you? Or do you want to be about a system that anyone can replicate? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So either way, you're onto something big because I love what you're doing. And I'm excited to be helping you to bring your gifts to your world. And that applies to all of you, especially you, bro.
Thank you.
Bruv. Anyways, any more questions? Joy, do you have any questions, my friend?
Not right now. I've got a lot to digest.
Okay.
There's a lot of good information. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Very welcome. Send me a WhatsApp and then I'll send you the replays.
I sent it to you. So
okay, let me check it.
I gotta go, bro, but I'll see you tomorrow night.
All right,
Thank
bro.
you, ladies. Thank
Have a
you.
good one. Take
Paul.
care. Yes,
Great class.
I get you, Joy. I'll add you to the WhatsApp group. And I'll send you also the replays and the slides from the previous 3 days. Especially recommend you watch day 1 is about my story and how podcasting is so powerful. Day 2 about identifying your zone of genius, which is what all we're doing is built upon. And day 3, which was yesterday, on building the high-ticket offer. So watch especially day 2 and 3. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 5, same time, same link. I'll share the link in the WhatsApp group. So I'm
Okay.
excited to have you guys, and tomorrow is gonna be a pretty banging one because it's
I'm
gonna blow your
excited.
mind. All right. Have a beautiful, as I like to say, have a fantabulous rest of your day, evening, and I'll
You
see you guys
too.
tomorrow. Take care, bye, guys. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.